A request for proposal, or RFP, is one of the most important documents you will have to write if you're looking to make a significant purchase. It helps organizations set out their requirements and engage with potential suppliers in a transparent, structured, and fair way. So, what is an RFP and what is it used for? It is a business document organizations use to announce new projects, ask for bids, or announce new work streams to interested parties and suppliers. They are used to explain the scope and objective of the project, document the stakeholder requirements, and explain the selection criteria and the contract terms. This type of documentation lets organizations deal with potential suppliers and partners transparently and consistently. Put simply, by publishing an RFP, you're asking potential vendors to respond with their best estimates on how they would accomplish what you need to get done. A common use, for instance, is when a business is searching for different software purchase alternatives to fulfill a specific need. In this case, they can build a custom-made RFP for this task and hand it out to the different suppliers to fill out. This way, they ensure a common ground to make the right choice. But what about RFIs, RFQs, RFAs, and BMPs? You might get them mixed up, and although they are all part of an organization's procurement process, they each take care of different aspects. Well, RFI, request for information, is used to gather information and understand potential suppliers, products, or services available in the market. It is often used in the early stages of the procurement process before the RFP stage to gather preliminary information and get an overview of potential suppliers. RFQ, or request for quotation, looks after obtaining price quotes or bids for specific products or services. It is used when the organization has clearly defined requirements and seeks pricing from vendors. The request must set out the quality and quantity of products needed so that all responses can be compared consistently. RFA, or request for application, is used for grant and funding procurement activities. It is a document that invites organizations or individuals to submit applications or proposals for specific programs or projects. Best and final offer, best and final proposal, is a term used to indicate the final offer submitted by a vendor after participating in a competitive bidding process. It is typically used when multiple suppliers have submitted proposals and the organization requests revised and improved offers before making a final decision. Some benefits of using an RFP when kicking off a new purchase initiative in your business include: it makes your organization easy to deal with from a procurement perspective. It sets out the framework and contact details needed for supplier engagement. It ensures that the requirement for the new product or service are captured in a single, central location. It makes the process transparent and fair and ensures no potential for bias. It mitigates risk by explaining the business terms, conditions, and legal or regulatory requirements. It reduces potential errors and misunderstandings and ensures everyone is on the same page. It provides a documented record of the procurement process, capturing the requirements, selection criteria, regulatory compliance or legal constraints, and decision-making process. It helps to build relationships. The process enables vendors to engage with the organization, ask questions, and clarify any confusing points. This sets out a culture of collaboration, support, and communication between both parties, setting a solid basis for a supportive working relationship. The 13 components of an RFP. The power of an RFP lies in the clearness of its content, which should define an organization's specific project and requirements to be communicated to external vendors. These are the main aspects to include: introduction, an overview of your organization, its values, and what it stands for. Project objective, what you will achieve from the project and what needs to happen to accomplish the project goals and objectives. Project scope, explain in quantifiable terms the project deliverables so that supplier can create an appropriate response. Requirements, detailed and specific requirements that set out exactly what is needed from the supplier. Key deliverables, what is needed from the supplier to deliver the project successfully. Timings, a clearly defined timeline that calls out key milestones and deadlines. Any vendor prerequisites, for example, ISO 20000 accreditation. Evaluation criteria, how vendors will be evaluated and scored based on their responses, and details of the scoring system you plan to use if appropriate. Any contractual, compliance, or legal requirements. Budget and payment details. Vendor qualifications, You can ask for samples of previous work and proof of success in previous projects. Submission guidelines, how the project should be submitted, the format and details of any portals or shared mailboxes. Contact information or point of contact for any queries. Writing an effective RFP will take time and effort. We've already outlined what your RFP should contain and given some example headings, but the best advice we can give is to really look inside your business. Requests for proposals are a structure for vendors to engage with a potential customer organization. If you're starting a new project and need to compare different purchase alternatives, building this document will help you organize and standardize the process and make sure your final choice is aligned with your needs. Basically, building an RFP means having your requirements in the central place and a transparent and fair way to assess potential suppliers and partners. Although to work best, it must clearly capture your business interests, there are a few main components and useful guidelines that can help guide the process and make sure everything important is included. Do you have any insights on this topic you'd like to share? Leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to InvGate Academy for more insights into the world of service management.